Clarity changes everything. Let me ask you a question. Is that really true? Not what someone else says, what you're saying to yourself. Coach B tapping in. Clarity changes everything. Every day we have conversations in our own mind. Some encourage us, some protect us, and some quietly keep us from becoming who we're capable of becoming. Let me give you an example. Do you talk yourself out of doing something before you even try? Today, I want to share 3 coaching principles and invite you to consider whether the story you're telling yourself is helping you move forward or holding you back. Principle number 1, self-talk. We talk to ourselves more than anyone else. So, in other words, we're constantly in conversation with ourselves. We talk to ourselves more than we talk to anyone else. Your inner conversations influence how you what? See yourself, how you see other people, and how you see the possibilities in front of you. Question: what have you been saying to yourself lately? I just had Janet Jackson in my mind. What have you, oops, never mind. But what have you been saying to yourself lately? Principle number 2, thoughts are not facts. Just because you think it doesn't make it factual. Not every thought deserves your agreement. For example, I'm not good at that. You do not need to be in agreement with that thought. How do you know if you don't try? And even if you do try, did you try long enough to make a change? You know how that is. Sometimes we try something once or twice, and I'm not good at it, I'm leaving it alone. But sometimes it may take more than 2 tries. Sometimes the louder sometimes the louder voice in your life is also the least accurate. Let me read that again, or state that again. Sometimes the loudest voice in your life is also the least accurate. So you have some internal dialogue going on, and it's unforgiving. I mean, it's persistent and it's consistent and it is loud, but it doesn't make it true. It doesn't make it factual. It doesn't make it accurate. So the question is it really true? Is it really true? Principle number 3, new possibilities. New conversations create new possibilities. When you change the conversation you're having with yourself, you begin changing the direction of your life. So, for instance, if I keep saying I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it, and because I believe that, I don't try to do something different, then I don't create new possibilities. But if I go, let me try, let me see what I can learn. Notice when I'm doing a paradigm shift, I'm changing my voice. Let me see what I can learn. It doesn't have to be a major thing, it might be a small skill. Let me see what I can learn. Let me see what I can do. When we stay open to the possibility, it creates a new direction because we're not closing ourselves off or down. I can't do it and then shut down. Opposed to, let me see what I can learn, open up the door to possibilities. So the question would be, what conversations would support the future you're trying to create? So again, instead of saying I can't do it, say it, let me see what I can learn, or let me try until I learn something new and different. That's a different kind of conversation that helps me create my future. Because whatever that thing is I want to try, evidently it has some kind of meaning, purpose for me. I'm using me as the example in this conversation. But if you could relate, put it in the comments. Put a one in the comments. Again, what are the three principles? We want to go to the three principles. So, number one, self talk. What are you saying to yourself? Number two, thoughts are not facts. And sometimes the thoughts, or most of the time, the thoughts are not even accurate. And then number three, we want to create new possibilities. My name is, wait a minute, I'm moving too fast. What's one thought or inner dialogue you've been believing that deserves a second look? So, what's something that you've been thinking about or saying to yourself, the inner dialogue, that deserves a second look? And one way you can measure it, you can ask yourself, is that really true? And if the answer is no, maybe it's time for a change. I would love to hear your thoughts. And again, you can leave it in the comments. If today's coaching spoke to you, stay connected. Remember, clarity changes everything. Like, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Share this with leaders who want to own what's next. I'm Coach B, the CEO. Clarity, counterbalance, and freedom. That's how you own what's next. I will see you next week. Thank you.